Hello, everyone. This is Kevin, your entrepreneur, and we're going to talk about Postmates today. Because interesting, there's not a particular news story here per se. However, Postmates has made a couple of big announcements, or their CEO has. And according to a Forbes.com article, which I will post you below, Postmates is heading towards sales of 1 billion by this time next year, which is currently March 13th, 2017. So by March 13th, 2018, Postmates should have $1 billion in sales. And that's step one for Postmates. Step two is become profitable. Postmates is closer than any other company doing this. Postmates started out losing about, the same $200 to $300 million per year that most companies lose, unless you're Uber, in which case that you lose like $3 billion. But last year they only lost $60 million, which means they decreased their losses significantly. Being in the black next year is definitely going to be very, very possible. And the third thing he announced is that by 2019, he intends for Postmates to go public. Critics be damned. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be a very interesting year for Postmates. And I'm going to admit, I don't drive for Postmates as much as I used to. I'm driving for them a little bit more now, but they're still definitely a mixed bag. They're kind of this weird company where it's like every time they do one thing good, they do two things wrong. But compared to other companies, I should mention that at least they're doing something right, whereas other companies just keep doing wrong, and to the point where I'm blue in the face just talking about it. So this is very interesting, and Postmates is in a very good position to actually reach these goals because here's the thing: unlike Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Caviar, Postmates has kind of become a jack of all trades thing, and that's always going to be their strength. It could also be their weakness, but for an investor market, that's the most attractive because it's like you have DoorDash, only food, Caviar, only fancy food, Uber Eats. It kind of works. Uber, rides. Lyft, rides. Deliv, I don't even know if anyone really uses Deliv, but packages. Amazon Flex obviously lives in its own little bubble because it's already owned by a corporation, so investors don't care unless they invest in Amazon. But Postmates, as a brand new company, with the exception of the rides, will deliver everything. Oh, you want Olive Garden? We'll pick up Olive Garden. Oh, you want bullets? We will pick some bullets up from the gun store. If you want to know how crazy Postmates is on the stuff people will order, one time I picked up an order from Best Buy, Joe Dirt 2 on DVD. And the guy gave me $50 as a tip. And yes, I'm going to assume he was super, super stoned out of his mind. I kind of wonder what happened to that guy. Did he wake up the next day and almost kind of feel like a girl who wakes up in a bed she doesn't realize, like, oh my God, what did I just do yesterday? What did I do? I mean, that was just the craziest thing. But Postmates is aiming for 1 billion in sales, profitability, and going public, IPO. And they actually might even be able to do that if they focus on Christmas this year. What am I talking about? Well, here's the thing. Postmates has gotten the food thing covered. But one area where they can differentiate themselves from the competition is, non-food items. But people aren't quite aware that they do that. So it would be very beneficial for them to partner with a Target, a Walmart, or a Best Buy, or Fry's, or even a Sears for Christmas. And their big marketing push says, hey, you know how Amazon says you can buy their items and have it delivered to your door in 2 to 3 business days? You can buy your items from us. We will pick it up from the store and we will bring it to you within an hour. Now, to a certain extent, Amazon Flex does do that, but Postmates you can pick up from anywhere, pretty much. So that would be their big draw, and I think that's going to be their next play. They are going to be focusing on advertising during Christmas, saying, hey, we can buy your Christmas shops or Christmas gifts. We'll pick it up from anywhere. Now there might be some restrictions on I don't know if you can buy a Christmas tree because it's too big to put in a car for the most part, but that might be their next step. And I think Postmates can actually get there. Now how this will affect the fleet members, that's hard to say. That is hard to say. I guess we're just gonna have to see what happens. I think as long as there's more work, that will make Postmates more attractive. And as long as they keep the tip option, and in fact, as long as they continue to encourage tipping, then Postmates might actually become more desirable to drive for. We're just going to have to see. I don't know, but that's Postmates' big goals, and they're good goals, and I think they can actually do it. So, anyway, what do you folks think? Do you think these three goals are reasonable? Do you think Postmates can do it? Do you think they're not going to do it? Do you think they're just going to fold next year? I know there's at least one of you out there who thinks that they're going to go under just like everyone else. You know, and you might even be right. But this is ambition. I have to tell you, these are ambitious people. They want to make a mark in the world, and they're doing what they can to make it. So I'd like to know what you guys think about that. You can comment below. You can like, favorite, share, subscribe. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.